research questions I have listed.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right.
First, how does Chopin's lyrical melody and ornamentations, trios, apoggia, turus, and turns enhance expressiveness?
I think Chopin was influenced a lot by the operatic composers of the day, namely Bellini. You can write down Bellini. Okay. So they are known for their bel canto style. So you're thinking of all those sopranos who sing those big arias. Okay, they are very good at the trills. And then this kind of things. Okay. So it's a way to prolong the melody. Okay, so that is what he was influenced by. He didn't really like the piano compositions of the age, but preferred the opera. Yeah, so it's good to keep that in mind when you think about his piano music. Yes.
And the trios and the apoggia and turus have a different and have a sample.
Trills and appoggiaturas. You have
For example,
anything?
these are work.
Oh, these are all his works, is it? So when you have like a these are all the ornaments that he was using. Like these are the trill. Even though it's not really a trill, I think it's something like that. I guess yeah, so all these right? Okay, so it helps enhance the melody a bit. Okay, so it's to prolong the melody, yes.
How do chromaticism and dissonance, suspensions, and distant modulations create poetic, dramatic impulse?
I guess for the example of this prelude, he likes to use chromaticism to prolong the line. So I'll try it. Just to make it like a very pathetic effect. It's all to prolong the line. So like yeah, so it's to create some anticipation for the next note. Yeah, so he likes to do that okay, if you were to play it without the chromaticism, it's just very normal. But this line, it helps to, is to create anticipation for the next phrase. Yeah, something like that, I think.
Okay. Next one. Rubato. How does rubato maintain rhythmic foundation left hand while freeing the melody right hand?
I'm personally not a fan of this kind of rubato. Reasoning, I know a lot of people, they like to free, like the left hand's constant, right? Like I think rubato is important to give flexibility to the music. To prolong the downbeats, there are, I guess, a few kinds of rubato. You can take time between the first two notes of the left hand. And then you can take time before the next one as well. But you must do it intelligently, if not the music will lag. Yeah, so it's to create flexibility in the phrase. Yes, I understand that a lot of people have the left hand is meant to be the same, right? That's what Dr. Chua told you. But yes, then the right hand is the one that varies the time.
For example, Doctor could give me a more opinion. Okay, just one. Yes, there have more rubato rhythmic.
Oh. This kind of rubato is the left hand is prolonged, so I take time between the first and second note. So you hear it? So there's a time between the first and second, and then I give back the time towards the end of the phrase. So you cannot do this. When you do this, it becomes laggy. Okay, it takes a very long time to play the whole piece. Okay, another way you can do rubato is. Time before the start of the next phrase. So these are the two kinds of rubato that I would suggest. Although I think the first one is a bit better for this piece.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Next one. How to polish folk elements, rhythm, modern influence, non-dance, genres, nocturnes, and prelude.
Polish folk elements.
Prelude.
I think it's if you were to think of this question, it's important to think about his mazurkas, Polish dances. You know mazurka, Mazurka. Yeah. So Chopin composed the mazurkas privately, but used a lot of folk elements in the music.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So, if you were to research a bit about the mazurkas, you will find a lot of very nice things. A lot of modal elements also.
Okay.
I don't know any by the top of my head, but I could.
Yes, they have some.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next one. How to touch, dynamic shading, and pedal techniques, half pedal, delay pedal, green nuance, and colors.
Oh, that is quite tough. I think pedaling in, I would say probably when there are trills or ornaments in the right hand. Right, for example, when you do this, when the right hand has a lot of notes that are very close to each other, this is a bit messy, right? So you would like do a half pedal to clear the sound, especially when the notes are very close to each other. Yeah, so compare this. Bit more clarity in the melody. Yes. So I think half pedaling is very useful for those ornamental parts when you have a lot of adjacent notes to each other. So this would help create more clarity. Okay. So this is the normal sound. This is like the normal kind of playing. But if you want clarity and you want a different kind of color, lift up the pedal a bit to make it like clearer. As sometimes I would say. Yes.
Okay, next one.
See?
Sing melody.
Oh, but that's not really a performance. I would say that different pieces have different requirements. So it's not really a performance style. It's more of playing them correctly. So obviously, in certain pieces, you need to be less fiery. You cannot be this piece. You cannot. It's too hard. But for the etudes, this might be a good tone. You see.
Yes.
But then for this nocturne, you need a more mellow tone, right? Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's a performance style. It's more of different pieces have different requirements.
Okay. How to balance poetic introspection with underlying triple-meter pulse?
This is the waltz, right? You're talking about the waltz.
Yeah. Balance poetic.
What do you mean by poetic introspection? Actually, what's the topic of this? What's your research topic?
Words.
Just waltz. What's the name of your thesis?
For example.
No, I mean like your research paper. What's the title?
Research E minor.
Oh, researching the E minor. Why don't you show the E minor?
Let me find it.
It'll be useful to ask questions more directly related to the.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, this one.
I think the waltz, you're saying that how do you express
Yes.
using, yeah. I would say that for the left hand, there are many ways of playing the waltz rhythm. If I'm not wrong, you have yeah, so you can vary the articulation of the first note. You can do you can vary the articulation of the first note subtly to give certain things. Okay, that's one idea.
Yes. Okay, left hand have some emotion to give.
Yeah, the emotion, I would say that you can vary. I would say that the most important beat of this is the first and second. So you can do all sorts of things. I think that might not be appropriate, but with the left hand, with the right hand, you can combine these. You see.
Okay.
So the left hand is very important. Which ones are more important? Which ones are less important?
Okay. Next one. How to achieve the clarity in bass lines and the lightness in chords? Pattern, strategize.
Strategies.
Yes.
Okay, so you should pedal, I think. It might be good to just pedal the second beat. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, and then when you come to a different sections, this one is the more direct pedal. You can pedal the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first section requires a lighter tone, and then lighter pedaling. When you do the dolce e legato, then you can start to pedal more.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so next one. How to apply rubato to melodic phrasing without disrupting rhythm flow?
A lot of people will ask you to keep the left hand steady, but the right hand you can vary it and perhaps play it just before the beat or after the beat. Yeah, if you keep the left hand steady, it might be alright.
Okay. How to layer melodic inner voice and bass while touch dynamics?
Go back to the.
Go back to which one?
The waltz.
Waltz.
Yeah.
Okay. Waltz. That's a waltz.
Okay, this one. Okay, the main element is the. The left hand, the bass line is more important, and then all the repeated notes should be very soft. Okay, so it's quite useful to practice only the bass notes and the right hand. So it's important to make sure that the melody is stronger than the bass line, and then you see that my left hand I'm only playing the repeated notes and it's very soft. If I do this, yeah, it's too much, right? So you must be able to make the baseline that is important and not the repeated notes. It's better not to play them than to play them too loudly. So this is how you layer it.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's good. Okay, it probably answers the question.
And about the inner voice.
Yeah, which inner voice here?
Okay.
The inner voice here, there's no inner voice here because it's all the repeated one. That's not really a melody, it's a accompaniment. So for waltzes, usually not so complicated. Not many inner voice.
Okay. to convey melancholy, slow for dark timbre, restrained, dynamic, for example, more and a hesitant rubato.
If you really want to do it, one way is like you can use different physical actions to make different tones. If you stiffen your wrist, like you can have this kind of pathetic tone. Yeah, so by having a bit of staccato.
How can we touch?
What's that?
Touch.
The touch.
Yes, touch.
Touch. You can do like a semi-staccato with the right hand. Yeah, this will make it like melancholy in a way, I would say. So that's one way to create a tone. Then you can do frequent rubato, slowing down towards the end of the phrase. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So you can go slow down towards the end of each phrase. Yeah, that's one idea.
Okay.
Okay.
And next one. How to keep bass line subtle and chord transparent?
I think I answered this already. Yes. Meaning that bass lines should be stronger. You make a very light touch with your the stronger fingers. A lot of finger paddling would be nice too. Okay, so connecting the bass notes with your fingers. Will help you create the bass line. Compared to if you use 5 for every single one. It's not the same, right? It's like not the same, yeah. Okay. So, yes.
And for example, this one is work how to
here? Maybe the dolce middle section. This is the most important one. Then you can practice. Yeah, so that's quite important. What's the question again?
For example,
but you're talking about chords, right? This is not really a chord.
Can partner this one and we can.
What do you think?
We can play the 40.
I think you're thinking of. Left hand is quite good at it. I'm just playing a reduction. Like it's more, yeah, you make the left hand more, yeah, and then like last time for the soft, especially the chords, I am very soft. But when I want the volume, so the second note becomes more louder. I don't put it in the background anymore. So that's what you can do.
Okay, yes, very good. And for example, this second section, we
dolce.
Yes.
How
can we how to execute trios in major passages?
Let me see.
Clarity here.
Or the scalic passages? Which one?
The mood, the shift.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a bit of a semi-staccato, I would say. Yeah, maybe. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's how you can make it distinguish it from the previous one. Maybe a bit of semi-staccato with pedal.
Okay. How to deepen emotional expression in the reprise while timbre, tempo, nuances?
You mean like over here?
Yes.
Not that I played it before, but some people they do this. faster. So at first they go slower. And then they go faster and faster.
Oh.
Yeah, so if I were to play the left hand. Sorry. Yeah, and then they go slower as the music goes down.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And this second section.
This one you have to play faster. I think it's just virtuoso.
Oh.
Okay. I think you just push the tempo a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. That's all my questions.
Okay. Thank you. I need to go for class. So
okay,
thank you very much.
Teacher.
See you. Thank you.
We're very
No
very
problem.
grateful.